Hey, it's Nadine. Welcome to my channel. Happy Friday, guys! I hope that the week has been treating you well and that school isn't stressing you guys out too much. But for today's video, I will be doing a question and answer. Just have a little chat with you guys. It's probably gonna be a long video, so grab a drink and some snacks and I don't know, a coloring book or an activity. And we're gonna chat about our favorite thing ever, which is school. I know. Hopefully I can give you guys some great tips, helpful ones, and we can get to know each other a bit more. Over on Twitter, I asked you guys to ask me questions regarding college or school, if you need advice or help with anything, and I'll answer them in this video right here. So if you want to be part of any question and answers, then you better follow me on Twitter because usually that's where I ask for questions. And let's get started. First question, advice for graduating college students like me. I think cherishing the time you have left in your campus, in your school, and your time spent with your friends, your blockmates. Hanging out with them won't be as easy as it is now since you are probably always together. So make sure you cherish and make great memories and just have fun with your last year of college. Next question is from Gwen. What experience in your college life changed you as a person? Okay, this is a super cheesy answer to my question. I feel like my favorite college experience is going to a college camp in Church. Okay, I'm kind of cheating because it's not like from my college, but it's an experience I had while I was a college student. So going to a camp, a Bible camp, yes. It just reconnected me with How do you handle stress and anxiety when talking in front of the class? Talking in front of the class is usually during presentations. No, I don't get really stressed out in talking or speaking in front of a large crowd. I mean, hello, I'm doing YouTube, but I do get kind of nervous. I only feel nervous whenever I feel like I'm underprepared, so that means I didn't do a very good job researching about a certain topic or doing my best in doing the output or whatever I have to do. So for me, if I want to manage my stress levels, I should really just exert a lot of effort in researching and making sure that I know how to handle questions whenever, it's Q&A time. I think being prepared is my number one. What did you do to at least lessen the stress from school? Just make a schedule on when you're gonna study for what or when you're gonna do something, and just like literally schedule it, like put the time on when you're gonna do it, and that makes you a lot more organized and you actually know what you're doing and you don't feel flustered on, oh, what am I gonna do next? There's so much things under my plate, like what am I gonna do? Well, at least you have a plan and you just have to execute it. How did you choose your course? I chose ABM already for my strand, but I'm not sure what course to take in the future. You can do different ways to figure out what would suit your personality type more. There are a lot of tests to kind of help you out with that. I chose my course in a very boring way, like honestly just listen to my parents. That's not a very good advice, I guess, to tell you guys just listen to your parents. But maybe read all of the courses available because that's something that I did not do. I was so lazy and I was so chill with the whole, oh my god, it's gonna be my future. And in picking a course, I did minimal research. So my tip for you is to really read what is available and then kind of gauge what you'd be interested in. There are times when I don't feel like doing anything at all, especially weekends. How do you fight this? I can't fight this feeling. How do you fight this feeling? Well, ate, right now, I'm like kind of a bum because I'm not employed yet, but I'm working on it. So there are a lot of days where I feel like I just want to bum out and just do nothing. But then what do you want? You just need to want it enough. So if you want to have good grades, then obviously you have to go and do your homework and you have to do your requirements and you have to actually put in the hours in order, to be a great, 10,000 hours, Malcolm Gladwell. You really have to push yourself because no one else is going to do your homework for you. Want it enough, just always work hard and remind yourself like why you're doing this. So yeah, that's my advice. Ano yung mga bagay na kahit nainis ka, na-miss mo pa din, lalo na't iiwanan mo na yung school as mates? Maybe the classroom setting. I feel like there's something cute about going into a classroom and then having like 40 other people in class, and then you kind of looking over and saying who's your classmates, and then maybe being friends with them, getting to know them. I feel like that's just the best way, one of the greatest way of meeting someone, and easiest way, especially if you're group mates with like a cute person. Yeah. How to not get lost during the first day on the campus? Dang, that is such a good question, because I was so nervous my first day of school that I was gonna get lost, and I did. I was such a freshman. It's a circle of life, you know, everyone goes through that, and everyone always feels kind of stupid, like, I don't know where this building is. There are a lot of guards on campus, so you can just ask someone. Or not even a guard, just ask anyone. When I was a upperclassman, I did have like freshman people like ask me where things are, and I would answer them nicely. And yeah, just don't be afraid of people. Just ask. Have you ever had a failing grade, or how to cope up with the feeling of being a failure because of grades? Yes, I had failing grades. I know it sucks to see maybe your seatmate or your friend get super high grades, but then you can always take that as motivation. Like, don't think that you're a failure because of grades, because grades are just a number. And I mean, grades matters. Try to get Latin honors. But then, in the other side, and other spectrum of things, you're not defined by a grade. Remember that you are in a college setting and you are in school, and that it's not the end of the world. Like, one test does not define your whole grade. Maybe, I'm not sure how your grading system works. Work hard and just try to not be discouraged. Mind over matter. So don't think that you're a failure, because you're not. I get a lot of questions about the ACET. So ACET is honestly very blurry. Like, it's been 4 years, guys, or 5. So all I can remember is that there is an essay, and then there's a lot of math. Time is super pressured, and there's a lot of, or abstract reasoning. Yeah, there's a lot of that, and it's very time pressured. Did you like math? If not, what is your least favorite subject in school? Love you, Mama Dot. I do like math because it feels like a puzzle. I remember like there were a few times that I literally cried because I couldn't grasp the concept. But nonetheless, I feel like it's a challenge and it's fun, so yeah. What's your least favorite subject in school? All throughout my career in school, history. Alright, hear me out. I love history, like I love it. Alright, but it doesn't love me back. I love reading about it, and I love learning about it, and like knowing cool facts about history, about Jose Rizal, about the Philippines, about, I don't know, Greece, all the dynasties in China, but it just doesn't like me back. Or I'm a bad test taker in history, but yeah, I'm not very good in memorization, so that's why I like math more, because it's a lot more practical. Like, you just have to know how to do things, not necessarily memorize things. Are you an ako gawa ng PowerPoint, kayo mag-report? Or ako mag-report, kayo gagawa PowerPoint kind of groupmate? I always made the PowerPoints. I mean, it's very therapeutic. I mean, it's kind of stressful, like when your groupmates don't do like the basic layout of what they want me to put on the PowerPoint like on time. But aside from that, I really like making PowerPoints. But I'm also open to reporting. Like, again, I don't have a problem with like saying my ideas and stuff. And I'd like to think that I'm not a boring presenter. I'd like to think that, but it depends on the subject. Were you emotional during your high school grad, or were you more overjoyed because adios high school? I really just wanted to leave my high school. I don't know, I think I was just over high school and being in the confinement of like that place. So I was really excited to leave it. Why did you decide to join AIESEC, or like tips on joining orgs? Alright, so in my career, as a college student, there have been quite few organizations that I tried to be active in, I tried to join. The only org that I was very active in was AIESEC, so this is what the girl was asking. So why did I decide to join AIESEC? Why? Honestly, I didn't even know what AIESEC was about. It was always just branded as a leadership organization, but what even is a leadership org? So I joined it with a friend. What made me stick to an org? I feel like it was because of my boss slash my mentors. So of course in AIESEC, like in any org, you are placed in a department where they feel like you are best suited for or you like. And my boss, I really liked her and I really admired her drive, her passion, and her work ethic that I just really wanted to learn and be under her wing. So I feel like that is a reason why I stuck to AIESEC. I just really liked the idea of it, of helping other people experience like such a life-changing experience and something that they'll always remember, and being a part of that. And I really like a lot of the motivation, passion, and drive of the people in AIESEC. I liked my job. I feel like I was really pushed out of my comfort zone and I got to do things that I wouldn't think that I would do as a second-year college student. So it was one of the best experiences in my college life, like joining AIESEC. It was very tiring and it really pushed me, and I don't regret like joining AIESEC. And also I got to meet cool people. Are you planning to pursue MBA / postgrad degree? As of right now, not really. I don't have any plans of studying yet. But I feel like it would be so cool to be a master or something. But I don't know what yet. Now, moving on to some Tumblr questions. Some people were kind of shy to ask me stuff on Twitter, so they asked me on Tumblr anonymously. Okay, any advice on a person who wishes to study at Ateneo? I guess I want to tell you, I didn't know this when I was going into Ateneo, but it's very common for us to have oral examinations. For philosophy and theology, usually our midterms and our finals are oral examinations. So it's literally just you and your prof in a room and you're gonna talk to him for around either like maybe the first few oral exams 7 minutes, and then it drags on to like 12 minutes of you, just you, talking. Usually in these examinations, you're given maybe around 8 thesis statements in which you have to prove or disprove if you want that statement. And then during the examination proper, you are gonna either like roll a dice or draw lots of which question to answer. So that means you have to memorize 8 speeches or like an outline or a basic idea or something of what you're gonna say to the professor. And I mean, sometimes you're allowed an index card, but sometimes you're not. So sometimes you don't even have an outline to like look from. But yeah, that's like the most stressful thing for me in college. Like, I've had a professor who gave us 40 thesis statements and we had to answer around 4 lang. So that's gonna test you. And yeah, I've had like, there are also like terror profs who make you cry. Alright? I never cried, but I have felt very ashamed and very stupid in one of those examinations. So I don't know, it's great. What's your advice for those students who always thought that their best is not enough? You are your worst critic. Remember that. So you might think that you suck or something, but in reality, you don't suck, and a lot of people think that you're amazing and that you're great. So don't put yourself down. Don't. I'm pretty sure that you are amazing and you're good at what you do. Did you ever go through moments where every day you failed, academics-wise? What got you through these moments? Lately, I felt like I keep reaching for greater heights but come up short. I've been doing everything but nothing seems to work now. So I'm not sure if you were literally failing everything, or like the previous question, you feel like your best is not enough. Don't put a very hard or a very heavy burden on your shoulders, and don't be afraid to seek help from other people, from your friends, from your professor. Like, talk to them. You can have consultation hours. If you feel like you're not excelling in the subject, maybe you can talk to an expert, aka your professor, and see like what else you can do. But yeah, just don't beat yourself too hard. I'm sure that you will do well. How to slay the personal essay for Ateneo. Pengen na rin pong tips on how to pass ACET. Hahaha. I'm really super sorry. Like, I know I asked for questions and you expect answers. Good ones. I honestly forgot what I wrote in my personal essay in Ateneo, and I don't have a copy of it anymore. But just be honest. I'm really sure whatever ideas you have will work and is awesome and amazing. Delayed po ako sa college, in need of encouragement. Feeling ko po kasi I'm failing my parents as a daughter kahit naman po I'm trying so hard to graduate ASAP. My opinion, okay, this is my opinion, but for me, it really doesn't matter. Like, if you're delayed or if you're on time, like, it doesn't matter. You are gonna graduate. Like, in the end, you will get your degree, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there to the final point. I mean, you're doing your best, and I think that is more than enough. And I think that's great that you're really trying your best. I have friends who are delayed, but honestly, like, what does that it doesn't matter. I'm not sure if your parents are like super strict or anything and actually told you that you're failing as a daughter, but I'm pretty sure that your parents love you and they wouldn't think that of you, like you are a failure of a daughter. Like, there is no requirement as a daughter of like when you have to graduate and like what time span. So you are not failing as a daughter as long as you're trying your best. You know, you want to make them proud, you excel, and you're not wasting like your tuition fee in college. Just try to enrich and gain more experiences, like be active in orgs, like take that extra time that you have in college and turn it into a more productive thing, alright? Who lasts more, high school friends or college friends? I'm not sure, and I don't think it's like a very fair judgment to say, oh yeah, high school friends will last longer, I've known them longer, or oh yeah, college friends because we don't fight. Like, it depends on the person. I can't speak clearly and my voice is super low. So how do I get rid of stage fright, especially when giving a speech or something? My first like practical tip is to just practice. And then my second tip, if you have time and if you really want to improve yourself, maybe search up online. I'm not sure because I've never gone through this thing that I'm about to suggest, but I do know a friend before who did. But there are those like speech or public speaking organizations, or I don't know what they're called, but sometimes they meet like once a week in a cafe or somewhere and they just help each other out in public speaking. So maybe search online for something like that. I started to like being alone when I started my junior year in college. Like, I have friends of mine, but there are times where I don't want to be with them. I'd rather spend my time alone. I don't know, is that weird? Love you, Ateneo. I don't think that's weird at all because if you see my older vlogs, a lot of times I'm alone and I don't really want to spend it with people because I don't want to bother them, and also because I'm more productive when I'm just alone and working by myself. And that's awesome, and you kind of get to learn more about yourself and like be comfortable hanging out with yourself. But also I think that it's super important to make sure you are still like talking to your friends and making sure that you're still friends with them and that, you know, you have your alone time dose, but I think it's also important to interact with other people. So make sure you still hang out with your friends, alright? Hola, this is a work-related question. What position, specialization are you interested in whenever you send resumes? I'm interested in marketing, business development, accounts, like those sort of things. But I'm like, honestly, whenever I go into my interviews, I'm always like, yo, I'm open to anything. Alright, so those were all of the questions that I can answer today. I'm so sorry that this video is super long. If you're still watching this video, can you please like screenshot this? Right? And tweet that to me because that'll be super fun to see if people actually finished this video. Hopefully I answered your questions well and properly, and if I didn't, I'm really sorry. I only have so much experience in college and every person have their own experiences, and you know, we all have a different personality type. So I might have like answered something not in the way that you think I would, or I don't know. But the thing is, we're all different people and we all have different experiences. To all the people who are in school, who are stressed out, who need some motivation, go! I'm cheering you on, and I guess that's it. If you want me to do more question and answers, if you have any specific topics you want me to answer questions about, my Twitter DMs, my Twitter mentions, they're always open, and I'm always open to video ideas. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you get something out of this video. As always, this video was from my heart to yours, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Thank you to everyone who asked questions. Bye-bye!